Okay, this is from Prepare for Class 1.4, Problem 4. This is where most of you had questions, so I'm just going to go through Problem 4. Here's our graph. The red curve is our function, and it's on a blue grid. It shows the graph of m is the function g of q. So m, here it shows m is my output. Q is my input. And they're calling the function g of q. The result of the function of g of q is m. The first thing they're asking us to do here is to evaluate the function when the input is 0. So when the input is 0, that means along the input here, this is 0. So it wants to know g of 0. So I go up and I find where the graph crosses x equals 0. My input equals 0, and that's up here at 16. So the answer here is 16. Then it's asking all values of q for which g of q is 0. So this g of q means g of q equals 0. What's my output? When is my output equals 0? When does m equals 0? Up here, it tells us that m is g of q, and we want to know when g of q is 0. So to do this, I just need to find the values of the graph at m equals 0, or when my y-axis is 0, which is here along the x-axis, which is called q here, which gets confusing. And it is 0 at -2 and at 2. So I can put in my solution, -2, 2. And over here, this we said was 16. I've got to scroll down so I can read the next question. Find all the values of q for when g of q is 16. So I wanted g of q. Before I was asking for g of q equals 0. Now we're looking for g of q equals 16. So 16 is this line right here. It's a little squiggly, but it's there. Okay? So it crosses right here at this point. It crosses at this point, and it crosses at this point. So all the values of q, that's what are the inputs when my output, g of q, equals 16. And so it looks like this is going to be negative 2.8, or something close to 2.8, 0, and positive 2.8. So I can put those in at negative 2.8, 0, and positive 2.8. And then finally, find all values of q for when g of q is less than 6. So I'm going to erase this line here. And I'm going to draw in when my output is 6. That's my g of q, my output, which is also my m because they defined it as that. And we want to know the values that are less than. So I'm doing it like I'm supposed to. I'm not very good at straight lines. This would be a dashed line because the points on the line are not included. We're actually after the value below this line, less than 6. So that would be the equivalent of an open circle here oops, open circle there, open circle here. It's hard to draw with the mouse, but I'm getting there. And it will be everything along this curve here. I don't need to know the values of the curve, but I need to know the values down here. Oh, sorry, it isn't there. It's this one right down here. So it would be like this point to this point. So this would be my input that fits along that curve there. My input there. So it looks like in interval notation, answer in interval notation. I'm going to write this over here. See if I can do it with my pen. So because the point's not included, it's going to be curved. And that looks like it's minus 2.5, maybe 5.5, maybe 5.6. That's my lower boundary right here. This looks like just a little less than -1. So negative 1 point, let's put down 1.2. And so it's either down here or up here between these points. And again, those points aren't included. It's everything between those. Oops, 1.2 and positive 2.55. It's a little hard to see on the black background, but that's what I would enter in for the solution for D. All the values that make G of Q less than 6. So on the curve below the 6, where 6 is. So if they were asking for greater than 20, I'd put a line here at greater than 20. These continue on up and they're getting wider out. So I would say it goes from negative infinity up to negative 2.9 maybe, and then 2.9 on up to positive infinity. I'm not really sure because I can't see what happens further on up. I hope this helps.